Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz. Welcome on to ESPN San Antonio. We thank you for joining us. Got an hour of fun headed your way, so lean back, settle in, and enjoy it. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. This hour, we're cooking. We look forward to it every week. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. We're making some fried pickles post-haste. We are going to be joined in just a few minutes by the play-by-play announcer for the Utah Jazz. Well, we are going to talk about San Antonio's own Jordan Clarkson, as he is our NBA Sixth Man of the Year. But first, let's do some cooking. It's one of our favorite segments of the week. We'd like to welcome on the show Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds own Donn Paul. Donn, good to see you again, my friend. We cannot wait to do this one. This is right down my alley, and we're getting ready for a fine weekend of grilling and cooking. Some fried pickles done the keto way sound awfully good.
Air fryers have been popular over the last couple of years, so you get a ton of different ideas. But I like these pickles because it's everything you have in the pantry. We're going to start with pickles, and we're going to do chunks of. You can go as thick as you want on the pickles, and any kind you want.
Well, I want to go.
The beauty of it is,
Don, I want to before we get into the recipe, because I am one of the gazillions of people that bought an air fryer during the pandemic, and I have ruined more good things in that air fryer. I mean, so many recipes, have a 7 to 14 minute or 8 to 14, and then you just ruin stuff. What I like about this recipe, and we'll get to it, very specific on the time and the temperature.
Yeah. That's the beauty of, and when I do it, it's funny because I have two different air fryers. One at the office that's a little bit more complicated. I got one at home that's just a dial, and it's 350 or 400 degrees, and it's like a little timer and it dings. Hey, but I always go a little under on all that because I'm still kind of, even though I've done many recipes, we all kind of overdo it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I got to tell you, it's simple and it's easy, and you don't get a lot of this, oil and grease and stuff. Sometimes it's great to fry some good fried chicken up and things like that. I'm not doubting that, but
right,
if you want to get away from a little bit of that grease, and air fryer is it. So we kind of play off the word air fried pork rind pickles, but it's fun. It's fun.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to make some fried pickles, and you just said that it doesn't really matter how thick you cut them. Well, is your intent to fry them till they're completely soft, or do you want a little bit of crunch? I guess that's really what it comes down to, right?
Well, you're right, it does, because if your pickles, that's the big thing. Your pickles, it depends on the pickles. If they're really firm pickles, you're going to get a firmer end product. And the ones I did, this one, they're more spears, and they, even though I patted them dry, and that's what you want to do. You want to get the moisture out of them. These are much more flimsy, I guess, and they are not as crunchy. So I experiment back and forth on that. Mm-hmm. So you're right. Make it as thick as you want. And it's really up to how long you're going to cook it, too, because I, again, creep along a little bit on this. And the thick pickles, and it doesn't matter the flavor either. I mean, if you have spicy pickles, then you're going to have a spicier, but the end product is really how you want to make it. I mean, we're going to start with a couple cups of crushed pork rinds. And again, Southern Recipe small batch, sea salt and cracked black pepper, it's a good one. But cream kimchi, or you want a little spicy, or if you want the spicy, dill on dill, so you get a double whammy.
I was curious if you double dill.
You know what? Okay, that's a new recipe. That's it. We're going to call it over. It's just called double dill. I like it. Thank you, guys.
Double dill idea, guys, right here. Double dill.
Love it. I'm going to do it. I'll do it. We'll put it on the website.
So how do we make these?
Some attribution. Your names will be on it. But with the pork rinds, whatever flavors. But if you want to make it spicier, throw some cayenne pepper, a teaspoon or 2 in there. This recipe on our website has garlic powder and also has paprika in there. So if you want a little spicier, wonderful. Throw it in there, you can get it. But you mix it up, and then you just dip your pickles. Dip them, kind of egg wash them, roll them in a little bit of almond flour if you're worried about keto, and then you're going to roll them in the pork rinds, crushed pork, and you can put them in the air fryer. And again, it's 15 minutes. If you want a little crunchier, you got a little wimpy pickle, you're going to want to go a little bit more. But it's simple and easy. That's the beauty. Anything you have in your pantry, That's why I like this recipe, because it's not like, oh, I have to special this or special that. You can add to make your own recipe. And that's why I really like this. Well,
And again, I'm thinking about, this weekend, Memorial Day, a lot of people are going to be barbecuing. You need some good sides. Maybe if you're having people over because people are gathering again, you need some good appetizers. These are fantastic. And it's a solid use of your air fryer.
Yeah.
Which we're all trying to find.
You know what? The beauty is, heat isn't up in the house. I made these things, a couple hours ago, but I throw anything in there. I'm doing fried chicken, coated with pork rinds. I'm doing anything like that, kind of putting it in there, and you leave it. Doesn't heat up your house, because we're getting into the, obviously we're into the heat of the spring, but and I don't like heat things up, and I want it to be quick and easy. I stick it off to the corner, and that's why the air fry works. So you don't get that extra oils and greases and things like that. And it's keto.
Who'd have thought fried pickles were keto and healthy? Who'd have thought, if you'd have told me at some point in my life I could have fried pickles and not be concerned about anything but other than the flavor that I can impart with the Southern recipe, I would have never believed you. Now, I want to talk about the order of things that we do for those of us that are kitchen challenged. So we've got 2 bowls. I got 1 bowl with the almond flour and some eggs. Yeah. Is that what it is? Or do I have 3 bowls?
Eggs in you're going to do 3 bowls. You're going to do eggs whipped up, and then you're going to do almond flour if you're concerned about keto, or regular flour if you don't want the almond. And then you're going to have about 2 cups crushed pork rinds, whatever Southern recipe small batch flavor you want. If you want to add a little cayenne, you want to add a little paprika or garlic powder, that's where you're going to mix that up. So you have really your pickles pat dry. You're going to egg wash them.
So into the eggs. Put them in. Pat dry that goes into the eggs, into the flour, and then the pork rinds?
Well, I put them back in the eggs, get another coating of the eggs, then put them into the crushed pork rind, because you got a double whammy there. Makes it a little bit thick, holds a little bit. The almond flour will hold on to that pickle well. So you got like a double whammy of the eggs. You don't have to. I've done these air fried pickles, just egg, pork rind, boom, done. If I don't have any almond flour, or I didn't want to pull out the flour, hey, it's egg wash, pork rinds into the air fryer. It's simple, easy.
And what you made, did you use dill or did you go with a sweet pickle?
I didn't use sweet. I used dill and just the spears, because that's what I had.
Right.
But I haven't done the sweet, and I think that's pretty interesting because you're going to get the sweet heat, and I like that. So then I'm going to go with a cream kimchi, or I'm going to go with a pineapple ancho. I'm going to give a little bit of heat there.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of interesting. Or, throw in some pineapple or any of the other peppers you want and mix it with the pork rinds, and it gives you that little sweet heat. So I do like that. I just haven't experimented because I didn't have sweet pickles.
Once again, this is just easy. It's easy. Go do this.
And good.
Yeah, it's easy.
Head over to HEB, grab those Southern recipe small batch pork rinds. You want to double dill it? You're more than welcome to. Go get you some. The pasilla would be great. I personally am going to go with the sea salt and cracked pepper, and I'm going to buy both. I'm going to get some bread and butter pickles. I'm going to get some sour pickles, and we're going to go to town over the Memorial Day weekend. You got to go over to HEB, though, if you're going to get your Southern recipe. That's where you get them and load up, because you're going to start putting them on your food and realize, what am I doing? I just need to eat this bag, and then you're going to need another bag, because that's kind of how we live when we deal with Southern recipe. Because if you're living that keto lifestyle and you need that crunch, there is no better place to go than Southern recipe small batch pork rinds. And over the last year, 100 different ways to use them. They bind well, they add flavor, and what they also give you is just the comfort of knowing, man, you got good recipes to surprise those that are coming over for the big game or for the big cook-off that is coming up on the weekend. Donn, man, we appreciate you stopping by. This looks really good. This is another one I cannot wait to try. We'll check back next week, and I'll tell you how well it went.
Hey, perfect. I appreciate it, guys.
Head over to porkrinds.com for all the recipes. You're looking for some, maybe a little bit of a guide for what you want to cook over the weekend. You want to throw some keto-friendly things out for your friends and family. There's no better place to go than porkrinds.com to add a little bit of kick, a little bit of flavor.
Well, and again, they're available at HEB, porkrinds.com, all the different recipes that we've done. And I'm just excited about a good use of an air fryer, because I haven't been successful with the air fryer.
Well, Donn's a professional chef kind of guy. This guy's food for a living. He described, the air fryer I've got, we just got off Amazon one of those truck deals where you get back before you could actually go to where the truck was, and they had a special. So we went and grabbed the same one. My air fryer has a dial and a temperature dial and a turn timer, like an old school timer. That's it. There's nothing digital about it at all.
Yeah.
He said he uses that and he makes them fine. I'm in. It'll work out.
Mine's got all kinds of little.
See, I don't have any of those doohickeys. And the thing is, you're burning stuff.
I'm burning stuff. I'm burning pizzas. And again, I have figured out bagel bites. Although generally it's after the bar, so maybe I haven't, but I think I have. And French fries. I can do fries and tater tots. Everything else I've tried in the damn air fryer is crap.
That is absolutely hilarious.